Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to the channel. And today I am going to actually touch on Beauty in Black. Now, of course, it's a popular Tyler Perry show on Netflix, and I must say I actually enjoyed the show. But of course, there are some critique that I wish they will not bring over into season two. Now, for me personally, I enjoyed the show, but the thing what I didn't like with the show was like a typical Tyler Perry show. It's the repeating of dialogue, the drawn out scenes, the bad acting, and of course, we also have the things that go on in the background basically that makes it really annoying. I saw somewhere where they apparently filmed season one for like 3 weeks, and I can tell that it really took 3 weeks to film because it just seemed a bit the same thing over and over. Now, I must say, part two was a bit better than part one. For me, part one was a good warm up. It kept me wanting to see part two, and I'm also interested in season two, don't get me wrong. But for me, like, part one was like, okay, but it was the repeating of dialogue, and this is something I realized with Tyler Perry shows. Like I watched Sisters, I watched The Oval, and I used to watch the Haves and Have Nots before he decided to butcher that show. But the thing is, what I noticed with Tyler Perry shows is that he keeps on repeating himself when it comes on to the dialogue. No, we always have them in the scene repeating the same thing over and over. And one thing we all can remember from part two is the repeating of "Where's my sister? Where's my sister? Where's my sister?" And it was so annoying to where she felt like at this point, girl, like you feel like if you see a homeless man, you're asking this homeless man, "Where's my sister?" And I want Kimmy to boss up in season two. Like I need her to get out of this. And I guess it's how Tyler Perry really writes the character. But I want her for part two to actually boss up and not be so timid or so stupid at times. Because at times she asks some questions, especially in the first part. I remember when she found out that Jules works for Horace. And the fact that she kept on assuming that this guy knows everything, and even when he was clearly acting lost in what she was saying, it's like she keeps saying, "Yeah, I know you know," whatever the case might be. And she kept on like she's not getting out with it, and it just carried on in multiple episodes. Where at the end of the day he actually did not know. And it's like all of that to me I think can be avoided when this constant repeating of the dialogue is just really annoying. The next thing is I noticed with also is we have never seen this wife for the brother. Can't remember his name, but we've never seen the wife. And that was another thing for the entire season. From part one to part two, his wife got run over, his wife is dead. And we always keep hearing the same thing over and over. His wife is dead, his wife is dead, his wife is dead. And we don't even have a clue what this wife looks like. And to my knowledge, I'm trying to remember if there was even a funeral for this wife. Because I don't see anything. All I see is that he wants to take revenge, but I'm not seeing where if there is a funeral that is for the wife. To my knowledge, I can't recall. I remember seeing that. Next thing is so Buddy and Belinda. They apparently are no longer a part of the show, and to me, I was a bit annoyed with these persons after part one. So I'm kind of glad they are not really necessarily around. They served their purpose, but I was just tired of the both of them. Like they were doing team too much, and I was not here for it. If you get what I mean. For Varney, I need for him in season two to step out of Charles's character. Like Charles clearly does not want you, and this running behind him and wanting to be around him, and he's doing all of this stuff in front of your face. It's not even behind your back. He's doing all of this shit in front of your face, and it's like you're still wanting their attention, and it's really sad for you to be that interested or invested in someone who clearly isn't. doing the same for you. And for season two, I would just love for him to just step outside of Charles's character and try to just focus on himself or find someone who also will focus on them, because this running behind Charles and everything is getting boring, it's getting repetitive, and I'm over it. Now for Angel, I am lost because to my knowledge, um Kimmy and her friend did some job with eight for Angel and they got caught. So Angel was, I guess, the big honcho or whatever. So to see him this stupid and weak and have no purpose is like, I don't understand what was his purpose prior. Because in the entire part two, it's more Kimmy being the person who is telling him what to do or basically boss him up. And I'm confused as to, yes, he's the one that got them in this, but where is this person who was having them doing whatever it is? I can't remember what is it they were having them done and they got caught on a plane or something like that. Where is that Angel? Because the Angel I am seeing is someone who seems like they pulled him out of a church and brought him into this life and he's not about this life or anything like that. I'm not seeing the Angel that is head smart. Like, I'm just seeing someone who just goes with the wind. And I'm confused. Because if that is him, I don't understand how Kimmy, unless they are that dumb or that naive, how they got swayed by Angel into whatever they were doing when they got caught. It's like confusing at the same time, but I don't get it. But I hope for season two, he actually, but of course, we saw himself get caught up in the Kimmy stealing the person's car and the person's father was in the back seat and all of that what came with it. So I would love to see what that will come with in season two. Of course, he's going to get himself in problems, but to me, I just feel like what's going to happen is Horace is going to find out that he's in jail or got locked up, and because Horace has connections, I feel like Horace is going to help him out. Of course, at a price, but I feel like Horace is going to help him out because although he married Kimmy, we all know that he is basically still interested or has an interest, I should say, in Angel. So I can see where Kimmy will let Horace know that Angel has been locked up and he will basically try to assist in getting him released, pretty much. Now, Mallory. I love Mallory. I just want to see Mallory do more action. Like, her demeanor and her behavior gives off she doesn't give a fuck. And I love that about her, but I want to see more action in season two from her. I want to see the demeanor in what she's portraying. I want to see that more in action. I don't know if you guys have ever watched that, The Haves and Have Nots, and how Veronica she has these crazy theatrics, but at the same time, she was also doing those crazy theatrics that she did to match the words that or the behavior that she portrays. That is what I want from Mallory in season two. I want her to be more leveled up. Like, I want everybody in season two to level up their character. I can't wait to see how, knowing that Kimmy is now married to Horace, I can't wait to see how she is going to basically strike the fear in Jules pretty much, because no longer she needs to work for Jules, neither her friend, neither Angel. And I would love to see how she will strike that fear in Jules, or how controlling or how much in charge will she be, pretty much. That is what I want to see in season two, which to me, I feel like season two is already shot and filmed, because we know Tyler Perry tends to film his shows very quickly. So I want to see what all of them pretty much is going to be about, mostly like Kimmy. I want to see how bossed up she gets in season two. I don't want her to have these people walking over her, basically, knowing that she's now practically in charge. I would love to see more. Roy is the dumbest human I've ever seen on my TV screen. He, to me, I don't even know if he even works. So I don't know what the hell he does at the company. I more see Mallory in the office working than I see Roy. All I see Roy do is sniff and go to hotel rooms and just walk through the office to confront Mallory about something, and then he leaves. I have never seen this dude work, and it's not excusable, but it kind of makes sense as to why his own parents sees him as a screw up or doesn't necessarily have faith in him. They more have faith in Mallory, who is their stepdaughter. But I would love to. I don't know what Roy does, and I don't know what he's gonna come with in season 2, because now he has no control over Kimmy, although he wants to unalive her, but he has no control over Kimmy because now that Kimmy is pretty much the head honcho in charge. I would love to see what Roy will come with in this. Or is it Jules gonna find him a new girl that he can play with? Because clearly he no longer has that control over Kimmy to do anything anymore. And also, will Jules' club still function knowing that Horace knows what is going on in the club? Would they still will he still be able to operate this club? Because clearly it seems as if that Jules and Roy are also in business when it comes on to the club. So I would love to see if they basically to see basically if that club will still go on. They still have people there dancing, but are we going to get more characters from out of the club? Seeing that pretty much now everybody who was in the club pretty much is no longer in the club thanks to Kimmy being married. I would love to see what happened. And also, I don't want to see her friend in the hospital bed next season. She, all of a sudden, in the last episode, when she found out her friend is getting married, she can finally get out of the bed and walk. Next season, Tyler Perry, please. I do not want to see her friend still in the bed recovering from her surgery that she got, what she shouldn't have gotten, but she got. I don't want to see her laying in that bed anymore. Like I'm just over the same thing over and over. And that's why for season 2, my wish list is I want better acting, I want better dialogue, and I just want better storylines and move the story along. Like, I get the point of making something not so quickly to the resolution, but at the same time, I want a better acting. I am tired of the bad acting, and I'm not even going to fault the actors because I've seen some of them in other shows and they act really good. But I don't know if it's because of the quick turnaround of filming or what, but I want better acting and better attention to details. Like, I'm not supposed to see like one scene they're talking in the night and then the next scene is broad daylight morning already and then we're gone back to our night scene. Like, I want to see better attention to detail, better attention to detail, better acting, and also a better dialogue. I don't want to hear the repeating of scenes anymore. I'm not supposed to hear 5, 10 times in a scene, where you at? Where you at? We already acknowledge where we're at. Why are we saying this shit 5, 10 times? I don't want to hear that shit anymore. But that is my take on Beauty in Black. I am anticipating season 2. I'm hoping that we get it this year and it's not like another year we have to wait for this season. I'm pretty sure it's more likely going to be the same thing where we get part 1 and then there will be a part 2. But I would love to see what season 2 comes with. I am anticipating it. Let me know, guys, in the comment section what your thoughts were on the actual series. Do you feel like you're going to stick around for season 2? Are you over it? Are you wanting more? Also, guys, remember to subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you guys in the next review.